You don't mind.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First off, we give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash.
We give double honor to our apostles, double honor to our elders of Great Millstone, who taught us the truth and will well. Salutations to you, hopeful elect from this truth and honesty and sincerity. We're a couple brothers at GMS Kansas City Camp. Another weekend, week out, lesson to the spirit. And, want to speak on a lot of things, man. I'm also Brother Yawasop.
Brother Taziar Bayani, Yahweh, Yahushai, Bracket Thumbs, hopeful elect. Shalom.
Khan. Yeah, there's a lot of things happening right now. Big news of a big World War III update. Basically, if you haven't heard yet, which you probably have, Biden just gave the green light to give missiles to Ukraine for Ukraine to shoot into Russia. Now, this is a big piece, man, because basically, Putin already spoke on this. If that happened, then all hell's going to break loose. At this point, the United States can now be touched by Russia. It's justified. Okay, because they're providing direct aid to that Ukraine can use to strike as far as right in the heart of Moscow. And before they didn't have that ability. And also at the same time, Russia and North Korea linked up, and North Korea has boots on the ground. They're going to have up to 100,000 of their soldiers helping out Russia and Ukraine. So you see there's different countries getting into play here. All right, and so what you have is a recipe for a world war. All right, and then on top of that, you already got what's going on over there in the land of Israel, and you got Iran is getting strike left and right. So the whole world is really heating up. But it's not going to get full-fledged until the prophecy of Revelation 13 and 16 is fulfilled, which is the mark of the beast. Once that gets pushed out, you're going to have this war go all out, man. So this is it. And we're talking within a matter of days to weeks where we can basically anticipate strikes and shit happening on U.S. soil too. This place ain't about to go untouched like it's been for all these decades and hundreds of years. You people are about to feel something here, man.
I just got this article on what this brother was talking about, CNN.com. Ukraine fires U.S.-made long-range missiles into Russia for the first time. Ukraine hit a Russian's weapons arsenal with U.S.-made ATACMS missiles that fired across the border for the first time, according to 2 U.S. officials, in a major escalation on the 1,000th day of war.
Wow.
The attack comes just 2 days after the Biden administration gave Kiev the green light to use the longer-range American weapons against targets inside Russia. Russia's defense ministry said Ukraine fired 6 ballistic missiles at a facility in Bryansk at 3:25 a.m. Tuesday, and that ATACMS missiles had been used in the attack. The attack marks the first time Ukraine has used the longer-range American missiles or weapons to strike targets deep inside Russia.
Right. They said deep inside Russia. So this is a big deal. This just changes the whole aspect of the war that's been going on, because basically Ukraine been getting smacked.
Yeah.
And as soon as they got North Korea's help, they really been getting smacked. So now that this happened, hey, that's it, man.
Yep. It said the attack marks the first time Ukraine has used the longer range American weapons to strike targets deep inside Russia, and shows that Kiev has wasted little time in making use of its newly granted powers. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky declined to confirm or deny the attack during a Tuesday news conference, but said Ukraine has long-range capabilities and long-range drone of its own production. We now have a long Neptune, which is a cruise missile, and not just one, and now we have ATACMS, and we will use all of this. It said Russian air defenses said they had shot down 5 of the missiles and another was damaged. Fragments of the missile fell on the territory of a military facility. So, even though Even though to a certain person they may say, "Oh, this ain't no big deal. All it did was fire missiles."
Mm-hmm.
But it's about who's involved. Is what we highlighted. America officially shipped weapons over there, made in America, put them in Ukraine, and said, "Go ahead and use them." Man, that's an indirect attack on Russia.
Right. Yep. That's right. You might wonder, what is the United States' interest in that? Well, if the U.S. is allies with Ukraine, they basically are that much closer to Russia's border, and Russia's like, we ain't having that. No, we ain't having that. That's one of their whole main reasons why they invaded Ukraine. I mean, yeah, it originally belonged, that land originally belonged to Russia anyway, but more so, it was because of the United States' involvement in trying to get closer to have direct access right at the damn border. That's just like basically Russia had took control over Alaska, right? And at the border of Alaska, between Alaska and the United States, is that's the border. So Russia's like, nah, you're not about to get that type of strategic move, man. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, you got China getting ready to invade Taiwan too. So these are major countries right now doing major things for war. And this is all going to lead to the war of Armageddon, man. Mm-hmm. And I had a quick precept, and it's a spirit. This is Matthew 24:6. And I'll read it real quick. And then when I scroll down, it says what people are saying. The first thing that it says, the first video that shows up on the internet search feed, it says, "Breaking, imminent war, Matthew 24 being fulfilled before our eyes." And this is Matthew 24:6. "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." You see? And all these things are happening is to further prove that the scriptures are true. Because of all the videos that could pop up when searching for Matthew 24:6. Why is it the first thing that pops up on the YouTube search? I mean, I can show the camera, man. Yeah. Look at this. First video here. And it says, "Breaking, imminent war, Matthew 24 being fulfilled before our eyes."
God. Yep.
Ain't no other video popping up. That's the first one, and it's called a precept that I just read. Yep. I was just pulling up the precept on deck to read it. Yep. But it just so happened, hey,
right,
this video is here. I guess it's by some Ghost 619. I don't know if they're an Israelite video or not. I doubt it, but hey, wars and rumors of wars, man.
Yeah, and that shows you GMS not the only ones linking today's news with biblical prophecy. Now, GMS is known for doing that, but you even have Edomites that know that we are in these last days.
That's right, man.
I got one more article too.
You go ahead, bro.
This is one more article. This is from Reuters.com. This was put out November 19th, so yesterday. It says, "Putin issues warning to United States with new nuclear doctrine." It said Russian President Vladimir Putin on Tuesday lowered the threshold for a nuclear strike in response to a broader range of conventional attacks. And Moscow said Ukraine has struck deep inside Russia with U.S.-made ATA-CMS missiles. Putin approved the change after two U.S. officials and a source familiar with the decision said on Sunday that U.S. President Joe Biden's administration allowed Ukraine to use U.S.-made weapons to strike deep into Russia. It said Russia had been warning the West for months that if Washington allowed Ukraine to fire U.S., British, and French missiles deep into Russia, Moscow would consider those NATO members to be directly involved in the war in Ukraine. Mm-hmm. It says the updated Russian nuclear doctrine establishing a framework for conditions under which Putin could order a strike from the world's biggest nuclear arsenal was approved by him on Tuesday, according to a published decree.
Right, and he went to an emergency meeting on that. As soon as they gave the green light to get the missiles to Ukraine, there's a video of his what you call the brigade or whatever vehicles is, a line of vehicles, flying on the highway, going to make this decree. You know, So as soon as he made that decree, man, hey, that's it. So he now has justification in what he's telling you. We can hit you at your ass with a nuke if we want to now.
God.
Yep. Y'all know how serious that is, man?
Yeah.
Like the brother read in the article, it said for months they were warning them not to do it. No, do it, don't do it, don't do it. And then they did it. Okay, because unlike America, hey, the bear they don't give a fuck. They're not scared to bust a move, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They will strike. So we can expect a little pocket nuke to go off somewhere.
Yep.
To really set things off.
Yeah. Just a little bit more.
I'm
gonna read it again. It says the updated Russian nuclear doctrine establishing a framework for conditions under which Putin could order a strike from the world's biggest nuclear arsenal. See, Russia owns the world's biggest nuclear arsenal, and they don't have it for no reason. How Bashar al-Assad lifted that country up to be a vessel to destroy America, man. It says was approved by him on Tuesday according to a published decree. Analysis said the biggest change was that Russia could consider a nuclear strike in response to a conventional attack on Russia or its ally Belarus that created a critical threat to their sovereignty and their territorial integrity. The big picture, the big picture is that Russia is lowering the threshold for a nuclear strike in response to a possible conventional attack.
Mm-hmm.
It said the previous doctrine contained in the 2020 decree said Russia may use nuclear weapons in case of a nuclear attack by an enemy or a conventional attack that threatened the existence of the state. And that's what just happened 2 days ago.
Yeah. So, hey, these conventional nuclear warheads, man, all they basically mean is they're more tactical and they can use them, and they might have a smaller radius, but it has the same firepower as a nuke.
Yeah.
So it's like a pocket nuke, which is still can be completely devastating. Like just instantly wipe out a small town, instantly wipe out a small city, completely take out a military base in seconds.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is where we're at now.
Yep. One more part I'm done on this. It said the doctrine said any attack by a non-nuclear power supported by a nuclear power, which is Ukraine firing missiles supported by America. It said any attack by a non-nuclear power supported by a nuclear power will be considered a joint attack, and that any attack by one member of a military bloc will be considered an attack by the entire alliance.
Right. So now they can basically strike America, is what they're saying.
Yep.
You helped them out. You gave them this weapon. So hey, now you're free game. Hey, and guess who they got allies over here too? They got Cuba, Venezuela,
and
guess who they can supply with their tactical nukes to make a strike.
Yep.
Y'all see the picture that's being painted now? Mm-hmm. It's of death, of war. And a quick precept, this is Jeremiah 50:22. A sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. Mm-hmm. And a nuclear warhead has great destruction, man. Missiles, period, have great destruction.
Yeah.
You see? So we can expect a catastrophic response from Russia at this point because they ain't been touched all the way close to Moscow like they have now. So this war just got real serious. And the U.S., hey, you got yourselves involved, man. Babylon the Great, hey, you poke the bear, you're going to get the claws, man.
You know? Yep, kind. You read to 29 on that.
Verse 29.
You can just read 22 through 29.
22 to 29.
Yeah.
This is verse 23, and it says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
Yeah, because America is described as the hammer of the earth. You know, they've gone around putting all of these weaker nations in subjection. But now, what the scriptures say, the weak say now that I am strong, because more people have nuclear capabilities. So America is walking light, and America knows that they don't have the ability to fully govern the world as they want to. You know, they may put their hands, do a little proxy wars, give some missiles to Ukraine, give some missiles to Israel here and there. But they know that when it comes to direct conflict with Russia, they can't fuck with that, man. So the hammer of the earth is broken right now. Got it.
That's right. It says, how has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Right. It's approaching the time period. This place will be considered a desolation. This is going to be your new Saharan desert.
That's right.
Eventually. Okay. It says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon. And thou wast that wast not aware, thou art found, and also caught, because thou hast striven against Yahweh. Yahweh hath opened his armory, and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of Yahweh of hosts, in the land of the Chaldeans. Okay, so those weapons are the weapons of his indignation. Those are those missiles, man, the nukes, the bombs. All these countries have been going through a cold war and race to make the strongest one. Those are the Lord's weapons. He gave the knowledge to those Edomites to create these things.
Yeah.
Those are what is going to create something you all reference to in the Christian church as you think it's hell, the lake of fire. There will be a literal, if you had an aerial view, when them things hit, it creates a literal lake of fire. Like when it scorches and spreads across the earth, it looks like a wave or a lake of water spreading. And it's just fire. It's obliterating and cooking and burning everything in its path.
Yep.
It says, come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps and destroy her utterly. Mm-hmm. Let nothing of her be left. Mm-hmm. Slay all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for their day is come, the time of their visitation.
Yeah, and the bullocks are the people. When you read that Isaiah 34, when it said the fat of rams and goats, really traditionally those are offerings that you would sacrifice on an altar. But as Apostle Hart say, America is one big ass altar. And guess what? You people are the sacrifice, man. So when it says slay all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter, that's talking about millions of people being burnt by thermonuclear fire, man. These are things that are really about to happen on this planet Earth. And we pray that it happens soon because we tired of living in this fucking place, man.
That's right. We're ready to get delivered out of here, man.
That's right.
Brothers the saints have been definitely wore out, man. Scripture say they shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
Yeah. And
we're tired. I got bags on these minds, man. I'm tired of this oppression, man.
Yeah.
It says, the voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon to declare at Zion the vengeance of Yahweh our God, the vengeance of his temple. So we're going to be, rejoicing and saying, yeah, the Lord finally got his lick back, man. He's getting his vengeance on the wicked.
Yep.
It says, call together the archers against Babylon. Mm-hmm. All ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about, let none thereof escape. So everybody that has missile capability, nuclear capability, they're all going to aim their arsenals, and this is going to be one of their targets.
That's right. Yep.
Okay? It says, let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she hath done. Do unto her, for she hath been proud against Yahweh, against the Holy One of Israel.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith Yahweh.
Yep. Because, America is really the sole nation that pushes everything. The Bible says anti-Christ, but anti-Yahweh Shai. Mm-hmm. This is the main source of anti-Yahweh Shai activity, from the way the finances are dealt with, the way that relationships are dealt with, the way that most importantly, the way that the Lord's children are being treated, and ultimately the image of the Lord. You know what that Revelation say? This is where our Lord was crucified. There's nobody There's nobody bigger than white Jesus in America.
That's right.
You know, but the Lord he's about to visit this place, and all these global politics, all these global events are happening for the children of Israel's sake, man. So we may receive the deliverance.
That's right. That's right. It says, "Behold, I am against thee, thou most proud, saith Yahweh of hosts. For thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee." So Yahweh Shai is going to be coming himself too on his fathership as well. In the midst of all this destruction, this is when you're going to have Lord beaming up his chosen. And like we read in another precept, we're going to be rejoicing because he's getting his vengeance. You know, he's also going to be getting his physical. His hands are going to be bloody, man. He's going to exit that chariot and he's going to slay the wicked, man.
Yeah.
Blast of fire from his mouth, the scriptures talk about he's going to do. He's going to unleash his legion of angels. All these quote-unquote UFO sightings y'all been seeing, those are just the Lord's chariots showing out and staging themselves for the upcoming of his return. That's why you guys are seeing so many sightings right now. Because we're really, really close for the fathership to come. So they're watching people. They're working on the minds of people. You know, on the battlefield, there's always sightings of chariots. Because them angels are doing control, manipulating those people's minds to do what they need to do on the battlefield.
Yeah. Yeah. God. Hey, believe it or not, the angels working on the minds of creepy ass Joe Biden. Joe Biden, he's the one that gave the fucking green light to shoot the missiles, man.
Right.
And you don't think that he understood Russia's nuclear doctrine? Right. You don't think he understand that Russia said if anybody fucks with us, we gonna fuck with them?
Yep.
Because on a certain level, these guys know that Trump and Putin really see eye to eye.
Right.
So as a final fuck you to Trump, wouldn't it make sense to say, you know what, we just gonna fuck with Russia, man. We're gonna ruin these U.S. Russian relations so bad that Trump can't fix it.
That's right, man.
Wouldn't that make sense?
Yep. Hey, Trump did say he promised to end the war.
Yeah.
But who's to say he even gets in office?
Yeah.
At this point. Because if there's an attack on U.S. soil and World War III is directly declared by the United States against Russia, there is no election. There's not going to be an inauguration. So then when that happens, you're going to have a whole civil war on hand too.
Yeah.
People losing their minds that, their savior isn't getting into office.
Yeah, yeah.
And even if he does get in there, man, that's it. He's still going to be in the same spirit. He's still going to bring the smoke. Yeah, you can't put out that level of fire, man. That's like trying to throw some water on thermite. Mm-hmm. You can't extinguish thermite. Mm-hmm. When that shit goes and they set it on fire and it starts going through that steel and melting its way through, there's no amount of water you can dump to stop that shit. Thermite just burns on the water, man. It's that damn hot. Yeah. So a fire is kindled, as the scriptures say.
Oh yeah, I got that.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, constantly. No, you're good. This is 2 Ezra 16, verse 3. It says, a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it?
Right, so who can put out the fire, man? Nobody's going to put out that fire. The Lord wants the fire. He's the one that can put it out.
Yeah. But
he's not going to put it out. Because this is time for this place to go down.
Mm-hmm. It says, the sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire in the stubble when it had begun to burn? May one turn us again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it?
Right. So nobody can stop this, man. That's it. It's already sent. The match has already been lit.
Yeah.
It's just we watching the flames gradually get bigger. Yeah. And that's the thing when it comes to an accidental fire, you get to playing with matches.
Yeah.
If you ever see that on YouTube with videos, this dude playing with a fucking match. Little simple thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that one little flame quickly set the whole fucking room on fire within a matter of seconds, man. From a little tiny match.
Yeah.
And that's how this shit is going to happen. The fire is lit, but when that flame comes full force, it's done.
Yeah. Yeah. 2nd Ezra 16:8. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? The earth quaketh, and the foundation thereof. The sea arises up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also, before the Lord and before the glory of his power. For strong is the right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss.
And the reason why they don't miss is because there's something called a missile guidance system. And the irony of that is, guess who created the missile guidance system? Jacob did. So-called black man invented that technology. So the Lord sent his people to create something that directs the destruction of what put us in captivity.
Yeah.
You see? So the Lord is beautiful in how this works, man.
It says, 2nd Ezra 16:13, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world.
Right. Now, it's talking about from one continent to the next. That's why the scriptures wrote it that way. Seemingly from the ends of the world. Okay, that's talking about missiles. Missiles are in the scriptures, man. He's reading them.
It said, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth.
And that's another thing. It gives symbology. The scriptures write it as arrows. Now, it's impossible to shoot a physical wooden arrow from one continent to the next. No. But when you look up the description of a missile and its parts and what it's named is, it's literally called the same thing. You have the nuclear warhead, just like you have an arrowhead, okay? You have the shaft, which is the long stick, and then the nuclear missile is called the same thing, the shaft, and then you have the fins to stabilize it in flight. Well, on the arrow, you have the feathers, the fins to stabilize it in flight. So when he saw this vision, he described it what he had everyday use. They had arrows back then. So he's seeing these arrows with fire tails on the end flying through the sky, man.
Yeah.
See, a lot of y'all don't know the scriptures, and you'd be surprised on how much real prophecy is in there. Literally just telling you what's going to happen in the future and describing the technology of the future. And this was written thousands of years ago, man.
Yeah. 2nd Ezra 16:16, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backward, even so are the plagues shall be sent upon the earth, shall not return again. It said, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? And this is a vision that Ezra saw thousands of years ago, man. So if a prophet of the Lord was afraid to experience something like this thousands of years ago, how should you people feel?
Right. Yep.
This man was just seeing that in a vision and he had fear, man.
Right.
You people, you don't know the Lord, man. You haven't done anything to please the Lord. You don't even call upon his true name or carry out your life the way that he wants you to, man. So if you live in completely backwards, obviously the Lord has a spirit of slumber upon you, so you don't have fear of these things. Because if you ask the average American if they have fear that America is going to be destroyed by nuclear missiles, they're going to tell you, fuck no. They're going to tell you, man, it's going to be football every Sunday, Bud Light being drunken, and hoes getting fucked forever. You know? They just think Super Bowl's going to be going on forever, man.
Right.
You know? Christmas is going to be going on forever. No, man. Not only is the Lord going to shut this place down, but he's going to burn this place up.
That's right. We get another precept.
Okay. We can wrap it up.
This is the book of you know what? I'll go back and Actually, we're here. This is the book of Numbers 14 and 18. It says, Yahweh is long-suffering and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. So the guilty, you're not going to get away with what you did. A lot of y'all been doing all these acts of sin. You've been coming against the men of the Lord. You've been scoffing and scorning. Okay? You've been living your life extremely wicked. You've been voting to approve wickedness of this place. You're not going to be clear of that. And you did those same things thousands of years ago. You guys were there. Okay? You guys were there when you said, hey, go ahead and kill Yahweh Shai and set Barabbas free.
Yep.
You said, let his blood be upon us and our children. Speaking of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Y'all said that, man. So you're back today, reincarnated, and you're about to eat those fucking words, man.
Straight.
You're not going to get away with none of the stuff you did, man. We are that generation where either you lived righteously, you were following Yahweh Shai, or you lived wickedly, and you were a complete sin. Same spirits of Sodom and Gomorrah. Back. Y'all back here to get your judgment, man.
Yeah. This is the final judgment, man. This is how the Lord is going to reset his people. You know? Because even through slavery, Jake wasn't reset how they need to be reset, man. What you have to do with niggas is completely evaporate what they say in the movies. Eviscerate.
Right. Yeah.
You gotta completely eviscerate niggas, man. And their memory. And the only thing that's gonna remain is the remnant of Jacob, man. You know? I know what you're talking about. I got one real quick. I was reading this morning, man. Cause this is really the story of redemption. You know, the way that we served our captivity, forgot the names of our power, and then the Lord showed mercy and renewing our power, renewing his name and our spirit inside of us, ultimately leading to our deliverance by the hand of the Lord, man. This Isaiah 52 verse 1. Awake, put on thy strength, O Zion, put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city, for henceforth there shall be no more coming to thee the unclean. Salaki. We read that part again. Salaki. It says, O Jerusalem, the holy city, for henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcised and the unclean. Shake thyself from the dust, arise and sit down, O Jerusalem. Loose thyself from the bands of thy neck, O captive daughter of Zion. And when it's talking about put on thy beautiful garments, that means putting on this truth, man. Putting on your heritage, putting on your identity. This is why we out there every week to tell you niggas, man. Take that dust off. Take them raggedy garments off. Take that fucking weak ass mentality you got. Because if you hold on to that, you're going to get burnt up with it, man.
Yeah.
It said, for thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, ye have sold yourselves for naught, and ye shall be redeemed without money. For thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, my people went down aforetime into Egypt to sojourn there, and the Assyrian oppressed them without cause. Now therefore, what have I here? Saith the Lord, that my people is taken away for naught. They that rule over them make them the house, saith the Lord. And my name is continually every day is blasphemed. That's what we're dealing with. Mm-hmm. Every day the name of the Lord is being blasphemed. Every day a Israelite man, woman, and child is being oppressed, man. And what's the Lord saying? He's like, damn, these are my people. I'm supposed to just let this happen? Right. I'm supposed to let y'all shit on my name? I'm supposed to let you shit on my people? No, this is what the Lord is doing. He's stirring up these global politics to cause deliverance, man. But, you know, we can leave it at that. Going to a whole different lesson.
No, that's the spirit, man.
Yeah,
the Lord is angry, man. These are the things that his thoughts that he's going through. He can't wait to deliver us, man.
Yeah.
He's waiting for the green light from his father Yahweh to tell him to go. Okay, because even he doesn't know exactly what day, but Yahweh knows what day. He said, all right, that's enough. That's it. It's time to go ahead and fulfill what I said would happen. It's going to happen. You know? Now we know what evil is, and we're coming to a time period where we shall know what truly everlasting peace is. And we should know why we should never come against the instructions of Yahweh ever again.
Yeah.
We learned we're getting to a period. We learned our lesson. Okay, and that's for the elect, man. Because a lot of y'all people, y'all ain't learned shit.
Yeah.
But you about to learn here in a minute, man. 2025, that might just be it.
Lord's will.
Might just be it, man.
Yeah, Lord's will.
If we even make it to that.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
But that's it on that, man. You want to close us out?
Yeah. With that, Lord willing, this video edifying. We're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles, double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, Brakathan to the Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.